and thank you for joining us. I'm Ian Morris with Selene Americas. We're going to take a look aboard the classic Selene 60 here, getting closer to completion. We'll see more once we get aboard the boat. Step on the larger swim platform here. I believe this boat has the extended platform, so a little bit wider than the standard. Gives you a lot more room back here. You've got your staple receptacles here. Those are the U-shaped stainless pieces that pop in here to provide more security and safety when you're on the swim platform. Then you've also got a separate set of receptacles over here near the transom. So if you want to remove a staple to place over here when you're getting on and off your tender or on and off of the dock. Right here, we've got access to the swim ladder. So this opens up. It's supported here by this ram, and you've got a ladder here that pulls out. Nice safety feature, and also when you're just enjoying the boat, coming back from a swim. As you can see here, we've got a Lazarette door here, a watertight door to access the Lazarette. You can get it in through the engine room as well, which we'll see inside the boat. There's a watertight door on the aft end of the engine room with the bulkhead separating that from the Lazarette. On this particular boat, you've got an option to have engine controls, fixed engine controls, which we have here. So you've got control of your main engine here. You've also got your thruster controls here. And then over here on the port side of the boat, there's an option again for a capstan. And as you can see here under the rag, we've got a capstan to help if you're med mooring, that type of thing. One thing nice about the Selenes is you've got handholds, throughout the boat. So safety is a priority with these boats. And as we get up to the cockpit level here, we've got this nice integrated seating here, a teak tabletop that goes atop this stainless steel pedestal here. And as with all the other boats, we've got these transom gates here that again swing inboard. So it's much safer configuration that way, or operation that way. And then they've got a positive lock in place there. To release it, you simply press the button. That way it can't accidentally come unlocked when you're underway. So this particular boat, the owner has opted for the cockpit stairs. Again, another nice feature with these boats is you have a staircase as opposed to a vertical ladder going up and down. It's much safer that way, much easier to negotiate. Got a nice spacious bridge deck here. This will be room for your tender to store it right here. You've got a davit, which appears to be a 1,500-pound davit from Steelhead Marine. As we turn around and look forward here, we've got a nice big settee. Off to the port side, you've got some cabinetry. You've got some storage lockers here that are barrel bolted on one side of the door. It's going to be storage here. You've got the option of having a grill on these boats. It looks like it's not been fitted yet. I'm not sure if this boat's been optioned with a grill, but typically that's where that's installed. And then you oftentimes will have a sink up here, which may be installed in either one of these hatches. It's just not on the boat yet. Another amenity up here, you've got an ice maker for convenience. Great visibility as you ascend a couple of steps here to the helm deck. At the helm, you can see all the way, from the bow pulpit all the way to the end of the boat. Then you can also take a, walk over here to the side and see the full length of the boat from bow to stern. So it's nice when you're in tight quarters. Makes life a little easier. Sliding stainless steel frame door to access the pilot house down below. So you do have the interior staircase. And this is a nice, easy sliding mechanism. But you also have, in addition to the stainless steel frame, you've got this tinted glass. So again, you'll get some natural light down below into the pilot house. Take a walk back down this circular staircase into the cockpit. And handholds the whole length. Handhold here as we go down. This particular owner has opted for a small cabinet here in the cockpit for additional storage, which is nice. So you've got a drawer with a positive lock on top, and then just an open locker down below. So this boat has actually got full walk around on both sides. Take a walk up the starboard side. Really nice classic teak cap rail here. Then you've got the Portuguese Bridge in front of me. And on the inside or the back side, aft side of the Portuguese Bridge, you've got various storage lockers. Again, you can never have too much storage on a boat. So you've got access, or you got storage for fenders, dock lines, hoses, etc. down below. And then actually this is a configuration with 2 gates via the Portuguese Bridge out to the foredeck, one on the port side, one on the starboard side here. Another U-shaped settee on this particular boat. Nice seating area for everybody to enjoy the foredeck. This looks like it's got a little bit larger windlass here, a 3500, so really upgraded, beefy, robust windlass with chain gypsies on both sides. And there's also a capstan on top of the windlass. And then a really robust Samson post there. Really voluminous anchor lockers. You've got one on either side. There would be supports in here. So if you take a look down below, you can see you can fit a lot of anchor road down below. A lot of chain. And then right here in this locker, we've got our forward shore power for 50 amp service. I believe on the port side over here, we'll have washdown bibs. So we've got a freshwater washdown and a raw water washdown right here. Again, everything's readily accessible, but it's also tucked away, so it's out of the way. Another great feature with these boats is these hawse eyes with the integrated cleats. Just, you pull your line right through the hawse eye, and then you've got your horns on your cleat right there. Just tie everything off, and it's recessed, so it's not gonna bang your ankle as you walk by or bang your leg. Right inside the Portuguese Bridge here, we've got freshwater fill, and I believe we've got maybe the waste pump out there with the vents inside the boat. We've got these fender cleats here, this integrated cam cleat, and you run your line through here with your fender. So if you're hanging a fender vertically, it just makes life much easier around the dock. Here we've got our starboard fuel fill with the vents inside the locker and a little catchment basin down below. Take a walk inside the salon here. So there's a lot of choices here when you're building a boat with Selene. You've got various interior choices. I believe this has been styled with the contemporary look here. And I believe this is a teak interior. And this is a galley up layout. So we're gonna have the settee here built in on the starboard side. This owner has opted for another settee built in here on the port side. And then forward of this salon or living space here, then you've got a more formal dining area here. And again, storage abounds on these boats. You've got access behind the cushions on these settees. Access everywhere. And great, you can never have too much storage on a boat. You can see here behind these removable panels on the starboard side, this boat's been fitted with a chiller system for the air conditioning cooling. These are the water lines that run throughout the boat, and you can see that they're all insulated here. On the port side over here, we've got a piece of equipment. I think this is a refrigerated drawer. We've got some storage here inside the locker. And again, all with positive locks, of course. We'll take a walk up here to the pilot house. And we'll pause here as we come up. We've got our main electrical panel right here. So we've got our DC panel on the upper section. We've got our AC panel down below. So we've got primarily a 24-volt system on these boats. And then you've got a smaller sub panel for 12-volt equipment like your electronics and such. And then down in the lower part of the portion of the panel, we've got our AC electrical system. So we've got 240 volt here and then 120 volt equipment here. And down below, then we've got all of our selector switches for changing between shore power and generator there. Now we're up in the galley, the aft end of the pilot house, since this is a galley up layout. So we've got a fuller size fridge, not quite completely full domestic size, but certainly spacious enough. And we've got a a freezer, I believe, down below. There'll be an induction cooktop that's going to be installed here. We've got a microwave oven down below. See, we've got a dishwasher in the galley. We've got a trash compactor. Again, we've got additional storage, and we've got all this overhead storage here as well, which is very nice. And then this particular boat has got more of the modern open staircase. So it gives you a little better vantage point, you know, when you're looking, I guess when you're looking forward from the salon forward. Another option on these boats is to have a closed staircase. It wouldn't be quite as open as this. You'd have more storage, but it'd have a different aesthetic. Moving forward here, we've already got some electronics installed at this helm. We've got two 22-inch displays here. We've got the autopilot control head, engine controls, and we've got our thruster controls here. And we've also got some equipment mounted here in the overhead. We've got all of our engine gauges up here, various Furuno data displays. We've got our generator start over here, I believe. And then over here, we've got our Selene status panel to this boat. So we'll get indications for our navigation lights, you know, when the bilge pumps come on and off in automatic mode, or if you're running them manually, those lights will illuminate. And you've got a list, you know, showing you whatever every light correlates to as far as the sensor. You've also got sensors for like the aft watertight door on this one, on the swim platform. There's space here for a helm seat, so there'll be a full-size helm seat here. And then over here, you've got a little settee. And I believe there will be a small table that'll be installed here. But again, that's an option, I believe. So typically there'll be a small table there for people that are sitting in the settee. On either side of the pilot house, we've got two doors to access the walkways either side. These are Dutch doors, so you've got, and the top half will open separately from the lower half. So if you want some fresh air, but you still want the security of having the lower door shut, you've got that option for this configuration. And if you're in rough weather, you've got these dogs here to really suck the door into the frame and compress the gasket so you're not getting any water inside your pilot house. We've got a hatch over here in the overhead, allow for some more natural light to get in, and some ventilation, you know, on those days where it aren't too hot. We can go down below here. Again, great handholds as we walk down the staircase. We'll go forward to the VIP stateroom. So as you can see, storage lockers everywhere. You get a queen size berth up here. Nice hatch in the overhead here. You've got a blackout shade. You've also got a screen that pulls either way. I believe you've also got access to a ladder. So in a emergency situation, you can get out of the boat from inside, from the lower accommodations. Hanging lockers here. The hanging lockers are all cedar lined on these boats. And you've got one water tank underneath the forward berth. And then you've also got another water tank underneath the primary berth aft there in the other stateroom. As we turn the corner here, we've got a head that's shared by both the VIP forward and the third stateroom off to port. So we've got a nice big shower stall here. And then we'll make our way aft and go out to the port side. We've got our guest stateroom over here. We've got an upper and lower berth. And this upper berth will actually slide out, as you can see there, and there's a little filler cushion that will go in this section. But that way you're not using it, it's not taking up as much room. Not quite as obtrusive. I've got an integrated desk here aft, and then you'll have a little teak chair that'll slide in there. Hanging lockers, all cedar lined. Continue aft here. So now we get into the master stateroom, which is, you know, essentially a full beam master. Off to the port side, we do have the head over here. So nice and spacious. You know, it's further aft in the boat, so more comfortable ride if you're underway. And again, great storage back here. Sizable closet there. And this particular owner has opted to have some electronics installed down here for monitoring when you're at anchor. If you're alternating watches, somebody else is at the helm, you can see what's going on down here below here as well. So you've got storage underneath the forward or the aft part of the berth here. And then I think the water tank is actually underneath the berth. Yeah, you can't quite see it given the lack of light, but that's it right there. If you want to take a look down there, you can see one of the water tanks on the top of the tank there. Fresh water, of course. Take a look inside these lockers so you can see the depths. So pretty sizable. If you want to come around and take a look, I don't know if you can see that given lack of light, but drawers everywhere. And then we've got the master head over here. So shower stall forward, integrated seat in these showers. And you can see I'm 6'2", so you've got plenty of headroom down here. You're not ducking around or anything, so very comfortable in these boats. Get natural light via the port lights. You've got one in the shower stall, one in the head compartment as well. And we'll move aft here. So we've also got another staircase back up to the salon area here, which is nice. So you've got two ways to get into and out of the accommodations. But the forward taller staircase and this aft staircase, which is an option on these boats. Another hanging locker here for convenience. You can store your foul weather gear and such down there. And we'll take a step down here to our utility room area. And again, we're moving aft to the boat. So we've got the master stateroom just forward of this bulkhead here. But in the utility room here, as we step down off to the starboard side, we've got a washer and dryer, two separate, each its own individual unit. It looks like we've got some more refrigeration or freezer here. These are drawer style. And of course, more storage as well. And then over here to the port side, on the other side of the companionway here, we're going to go this way. I'm going to trade places with you. So here we've got battery chargers, solar panel controllers, we've got dual inverters, we've got access to the port stabilizer here, then all sorts of other electrical connections in this space. It's nice to have everything centralized in here. You've got very good access. It's well ventilated. So that's a nice feature. We'll keep going aft here. We'll go through this watertight door right here into the engine room space. Of course, this is still work in progress, so we've got, process. So we don't have access to quite everything in here. They're still installing equipment. We've got a single engine configuration with this boat. And then it looks like we've got a get home engine over here to the starboard side with its own shaft. I believe this is a 6068 John Deere on this. I'm not sure of the horsepower output offhand, but you've got very good access. Again, as you move aft, because of the configuration, the shape of the hull, it slopes up. So you do have a little bit less headroom as you're going aft, but still very comfortable to get back here. Outboard on your side, these are your fuel tanks. I'm not sure the capacity on this boat offhand. There will be placards mounted on each tank once the boat is completed, of course. Then off to the starboard side over here, we've got some components. So we've got our fuel polishing system here, and that allows you to polish, clean the fuel within the tanks. Then you can also transfer fuel between tanks when you're transferring your polishing as well. Up forward here on the starboard side, we've got our fire suppression system, which is automatic. We've got some engine controls modules here that, this one's not mounted yet. And then up forward here on the starboard side, we've got our primary fuel filtration. We've got, I'm not sure, it looks like our freshwater pump down below on the starboard side, raw water intake for the main engine on the starboard side. And then up forward, higher up on the bulkhead here, we've got our fuel manifold system here. And then we've got some sight gauges for our fuel tanks here as well, which is handy. And then as we go aft here, so I think this boat is actually fitted with a day tank as well. So it's got a third fuel tank, which is this here. And this has an automatic transfer system that'll actually transfer fuel from your bigger tanks into your day tank for running. So, and that'll be, the fuel will be continually polished or clean, running from that day tank. So we've got our generator here on the port side. And then we've got various smaller sea strainers here. So this is all part of the water maker system. All right, and we'll keep moving aft. So now we're getting into the Lazarette. So again, we've got another watertight door here separating the engine room from the Lazarette. As we walk aft, if you recall, when we came on the boat, on the swim platform, I pointed out the Lazarette door, the swim platform door to the Lazarette. So this is the inside of that, of course. Substantial steering table here. You've got electric steering, which is really, really nice. So the autopilot will actually network with that to, steer the boat automatically when you're using that piece of equipment. And you've got pretty good access to all the other equipment back here. So you've got the water maker aft here on my left. Looks like you've got a condenser for the air conditioning system over here. This is the top of your stern thruster. And then you've got some battery storage out there to port outboard. And you've got some more equipment in this space here. Get out of the way so we can just take a shot there. Just kind of pan around in there if you would. Alrighty. So you can see even these boats with the high level of finish, I know it's kind of hard to see in the light here, but this is the Lazarette, which is typically, a machinery space, but it just has the same high quality finish in this area that it does in the living spaces. Thank you for taking the time to learn more about the classic Selene 60 here with me. We're Selene Americas. Please reach out to us if you'd like to learn more. Thank you.